Yes, guys, good afternoon. Welcome to another show of YARDCHAT. I'm your host, Wesley, and let's get into the show. I have a very interesting show for you guys today. This gentleman, it's sad. It's I wouldn't say it's a sad story, but it's very it's a depressing story. Guys, you remember Glynn Simmons? You know what I mean? This gentleman spent 48 years in prison. 48 years in prison for a crime he did not do. And we're going to get into the story this morning, guys. Just bear with me this morning. You know what I mean? It's a crazy story, guys. But to my knowledge, let's get into it right now. Okay. Glynn Simmons. I spent 48 years in prison for a murder I didn't commit. Here how I fought my way to freedom. All right, guys, I'm going to read something. We get into it. So thank you. Everyone join me this afternoon. And make sure you press the like button, guys, and subscribe, share this video because it's a very important story. So let's get into the story. Glenn Simmons was released last year after almost half a century behind bars. Now 70, he described his torment and terror as a battle to overturn one of the worst miscarriage of justice in USA history. Wow. Glenn Simmons has been in Oklahoma for 6 days when he was arrested for suspicious of robbery. He was only 21 years old, guys. Here's a picture of him right there, 21 years old. He didn't have any criminal record, and the police had no obvious reason to pick him up at that day in 1975. He was 21 years old. The robbery victim didn't recognize him. Simmons was told he was free to leave just as he was about to be released. However, the police told him that they were short of men for a lineup and asked him to take part. Simmons didn't know it was within his right to refuse. Of suspicion. Wow. So they kind of set him up, people. It's wow. That's some wicked police officers, man. And they know this man didn't do it, but they turned the other way. Simmons was later charged with the murder of a 30-year-old liquor store worker, Caroline Sue Rogers, who had been shot in the head during a separate robbery. Along with Don Robert, he was convicted and sentenced to death, later reduced of life imprisonment. In July 2023, he was released before being extracted in September. In December, he was legally declared innocent of the crime. Simmons, now 70, had spent 48 years and 5 months and 13 days in prison, the longest time anyone in the United States have been jailed before being cleared. Wow. You usually determine miscarriage of justice, Simmons say in his, but what happened to me wasn't a miscarriage of justice. They simple got it wrong. What happened to me was deliberate. There another title for that. Is there a term he prefer? Yes, attempted murder. Simmons say is attempted murder because the police knew he received the death penalty if found guilty. Wow, you have a point. And I wonder what happened to those police officers. You know what I mean? I have to get into that. I wonder what happened to those police officers. It's sad. We are talking on a video call. Simmons is a handsome man with an easy smile that belies his horrible experience. He walked with, warm about his childhood, as one of 13 kids in a close family in Louisiana. Simmons told me he was a poor student and dropped out of school at age 14. By 21, he and his partner had a 3-year-old son, Glenn. At that point, Simmons moved from New Orleans to Oklahoma for work. He said he had to understand the mood in Oklahoma City to begin to make some sense of what happened to him. It was placed seemingly with racism and injustice. It also happened to be a part where a series of serious crimes had been gone unsolved, and the police was coming under pressure for the, pressure for the press from the press. In February 1975, the body of two men were found in rural area near Oklahoma City. A man called Leonard Patterson was arrested in a connection with the murder alongside his brother after it emerged that the brothers had attended a party at the house of a woman called Dorothy Norris. A few weeks later, the police round up who had been the party and put them in a lineup. They were looked for the witness who had been information on the Patterson. Leonard Patterson later confessed to the murder as well as suspect in an unsolved crime. Norris was Simmons' aunt and he had been staying with me. He had arrested and placed in a lineup. As far as this concerned, the police was on a fishing expedition, trying to attach any name to a crime to boost their clearance rate. Soon enough, his name was attached to the murder of Rogers. Wow, guys. Told that he had been indicted in the case, Simmons, assuming it was a mistake, that it would quickly be resolved, or no. After all, the police were able to uphold the law, not to abuse it, but he was charged. Again, he assumed he would be clear eh, because he had been in Oklahoma at the time. Rogers has been killed on December 30, 1974. Simmons had flown from Louisiana to Oklahoma on the 5th of January. 12 witnesses testified they had seen him on the day of the murder in Harvey, Louisiana. A number of them had said he had played pool in the evening when the killing took place. Wow. At the primary hearing, the prosecutor brought forth the 18-year-old Belinda Brown as a identified witness. A customer at the liquor store, she had been shot in the head during the incident, was interviewed out of the hospital. She told the late detective Andrew Garnett, one of the two investigative officers, her mind is all jumbled up because of the brain injury she had suffered. This was not disclosed to the defense at the trial, but identical Robert at the shooter had summoned Simmons as he accomplice. Wow. One log page document separate from her other evidence appeared to show that Brown had identified Simmons and Robert joined in lineup. These are the two guys identified in the lineup, identified them again. She told the court, but it later emerged that she had never identified them in the lineup. Late while lawyer for Simmons suggests that one reporter was falsified, fabricated. Um, so so check this out now. I have mental issues with having been given a name and went off deep as a few times. Wow. The trial was done and dust in a few than 3 days. That included pick up the jury and the deliberation right until the verdict. Some assumed he would walk free. Even when head of the jury said I was guilty, I thought he was talking about someone else. I thought this guy's in trouble. However, he talking about it till he mentioned my name. Then dawned on me that I was talking about me. Wow. 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 This is people, what I mean? It's a sad story, man. Very sad story. This is long, guys. I'm not gonna read all of it, but push come to shove, what happened was he got released. So the sad thing about it, people, according to this article, I did a video yesterday, but I didn't really get in detail like I'm getting into today. Um, Simmons is entitled to get $175,000. Unfortunately, this man haven't received one dime. That's another injustice. You know what I mean? This man been in jail for 48 years. Police lied. They fabricate all the information and evidence. This young lady lied. You know, a lot of things was hidden from the defendant, and the prosecutor knew these things. You know, and these police, you know, that's showing you corruption is a wicked thing. You cannot give this man back his time. But my God, at least have the audacity and the decency to give this man the money that is entitled. This man's supposed to be getting $175,000. That's for the 48 years, which they calculated came out to 3,600 and blah 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 a year, and that came up to $175,000. Mr. Simmons right now is suffering from stage 4 prostate cancer, and he's saying to the government, to the state, please hurry up with the money. I need it because this man have medical events. It is so sad that they have to go create a GoFundMe fund for Mr. Simmons to have somewhere to live, to buy food and all these things. And they know that this man been in jail for 48 years, his whole life, and yet they refuse to expedite the process so this man could have his money, at least have some type of a life while he's here. He's 70 years old, guys, 70 years old, suffering from stage 4 prostate cancer. This man's time is short. We all know that, but yet the state, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you, Oklahoma. Shame on you. You're showing you it's a racist state. They're showing you what they really think of Mr. Simmons. They're showing you how many innocent people are in jail or in prison for their mayhap, for their mistakes, or for their deliberately putting innocent people in jail. All the police have to do is to proper do their work, but instead of they do their work properly, they took shortcuts and fabricate a story to have this man locked up, knowing this man was released, and they did a bamboozle. They pull a trick on this man. Do you mind going to lineup? That is sad. And this is a law. This is a law that's supposed to upkeep the law. These people are wicked. These people are evil. And it's showing you how corruption go deep, people. Corruption is a deep. You could say corruption, racism, all the same crap, people. You know what I mean? It's sad. You know, I feel for Mr. Simmons, you know what I mean, his family. Man been in jail for a long time. And, you know, what can we say, people? What else injustice you want to do to this man? This man gonna have to sue to, you know, for he'll have to go sue, but you know, unfortunately, his time is short, and this man's still waiting for his $175,000, which is he's entitled to. You're not giving this man free money. This man is entitled. He should get more than that, but yet this man have to sit down and wait for almost two. They said 2 months to 2 years. Wow, shame on you. It's a disgrace. That is a disgrace. This is where the president, the mayor, the governor, they should all step in and do something. Because this is just plain unhumane. Thank you again for joining this morning. My name is Wesley, host of YARDCHAT. You know what to do. Please press that like button, share, and subscribe to this channel, people, if you're okay with the platform. Until later, guys. All right.